we have what it takes to do all that. Let me also say something about sugar, which we are sorting out, cotton, which we are already disputing, seeds, livestock. We have 650 milk coolers that shortly we will be distributing to counties to support our dairy, make sure that dairy and milk is of the quality that gives us more money. The whole space about leather and meat and what we are doing in that space. Good people, we must stop importing these 520 billion shillings every year that our farmers can produce in Kenya, and we need to work together to make sure that that's not what happens. Number two, we need to agree on being deliberate and intentional about creating opportunities for our young people to find jobs and work. You heard my elder sister Meg, what she said here. By the way, many people may have been wondering whether she was talking about Kenya or another country. For your information, she was talking about Kenya. Yeah? And we have managed, you've seen the list of investments that have been done in the last 12 months. And it is because we made a conscious decision to change some of our policies. When I made a commitment, when I went to the American Chamber, when I made a commitment that we are going to change our laws, we are going to change our policies to make sure that Kenya becomes investment friendly. Many people did not realize where we were going. Today, of all the 9 or 10 issues Meg put here, we have implemented 80, maybe 85%. We are remaining with 1 or 2, which take a bit longer. And with that, we have seen an investment of close to beyond 200 billion in just the last 12 months in our country to create opportunities for jobs, to drive away poverty. We must be intentional, my governors. We must be intentional about creating opportunities for young people in Kenya, for Kenyans to have access to work. That is why we are rolling out housing. And I am very happy we have a partnership with counties on matters of housing, because our intention is to create 1 million jobs from our housing plan. Number two, we are targeting, because when you heard the American ambassador say companies are giving accounts, witness accounts, that our Kenyan workforce, human capital, is the best globally. We must be deliberate about how do we harness this world-class human capital to drive our economy and to drive our progress. How do we do it? Number one, we made a conscious decision this year that we are going to invest more in sharpening that human capital by investing more in education. It is the reason why our budget this year on education went to 630 billion, the highest in the history of Kenya. Because that human capital cannot become what it is unless it is sharpened using training, education, knowledge acquisition. It is the reason why we have hired 56,000 teachers. It is the reason why we have changed our funding model so that we make sure that it delivers much more accurately on the aspirations that we are looking for, on the skills that we are looking for. But we must be intentional about, as we invest in education and training of our human capital, we must be intentional on when they leave school and college and university, we must also be intentional on job creation. And for the first time, that is what we have done. We have been intentional. That is why we have the housing fund, so that we can generate 1 million jobs using our housing plan, number one. Number two, that is why we are intentional about digital jobs. You heard the earlier presentations here. We intend to create another 1 million jobs in the digital space. That is why we are going to be investing in at least an ICT hub in every ward. I want MCAs to listen to me. You must demand where is the ICT hub for your ward. We are working with the members of parliament. We are working with the ministry so that we can have 500, 1,000 young people around our ICT hubs for digital jobs. We have huge opportunities for digital jobs. Number three, and before I go to number three, I have also asked our friends, the county governors, that we also want to tap into the vocational training centers under the county governments. We want the vocational training centers to be also hubs of ICT. We would want to invest in at least an ICT hub in every vocational training center, so that again, we can train more, we can use technology, so that this world-class human capital we have can work for the globe. Number three, we are working on making sure that this world-class labor we can export. And I want to thank many countries that have given us opportunity to export our labor. I have given very clear directions to my dear sister Florence. She knows what she must do for us to at least get 1 million exports of labor from Kenya, 1 million jobs. In our manifesto, we made a commitment that we want to increase our remittance from diaspora from $4 billion to $10 billion. That is 1 trillion shillings. That is going to be an opportunity for us to create jobs. And finally, on matters job creation, we have advertised, I think, the first 14 county aggregation and industrial parks. We have already gazetted, I think, 5 special economic zones. It is one of the conversations we had with the American Chamber of Commerce. You just heard the opportunities. The American market alone is expecting more apparels from Kenya. That is why we are establishing a special economic zone in Busia, in Eldoret here, in Naivasha, in Dongokundu, in Sagana, in Del Monte, down there, and we are looking for additional land so that we can increase the scope of our exports into the globe. We have huge markets waiting for our products out there. Those are areas of job creation. You just heard that with the little intervention we made, there is a new investment in Athi River that will create 20,000 jobs. These are opportunities, and I really want to have a conversation with the county governments so that they too can take up and pick up these opportunities and drive them. I wanted to say this. We must be intentional. We must be deliberate about creating opportunities for Kenyans to work so that we can improve their incomes and we can drive our progress. Number three, partnership. My friends, governors, I'm really asking you to work with the national government. In this national administration, you have a partner and a friend. We have no intention whatsoever to take over any county function. We have no intention, and I want to say on this